Guys, of course, the NBA has had some legend.
Steve, DA, thank you. Well, we expect to see sparks flying down in the paint tonight. Centers matching up head-to-head in this one.
But with the way the game is played today, we could see them battling at the arc. Modern bigs make their presence felt now all over the floor.
Now Sacramento starting five. Harris and Sabonis hold down the post positions for him. The backcourt pair will be Fox with Herter. And it's Barnes in at the three, the small forward. And for Golden State, in at forward, it's going to be Thompson and Wiggins. Then it's Curry. Then it's Green. And Herter gets it to go.
I know what they say, defense wins championships, but you need some bucket getters too now. For so long, the Golden State Warriors were waiting to be back at full strength, but when one guy comes back, it seems like another goes down. The injury bug has been a real challenge for them.
Kevin Herter. First personal foul.
Injuries, though, an obstacle the Warriors, RJ, have met head-on.
Yeah, it's impressive how they've overcome those hurdles, insisting on still playing their best basketball, even when they're shorthanded.
And they've had a chance to develop some younger players when the older guys, the established players, were out.
Got to use these opportunities because 5 minutes can go to 10, just like 10 minutes can go to 0.
That's it. Pass to Curry. Over Sabonis. Good. And it's Fox with the ball for the Kings.
2 minutes remaining.
Klay Thompson grabs the miss.
They timed up the layup perfectly. The D saw it develop and got there to bother the shot.
Here's Fox. Here he goes.
Boy, Fox, there may not be a quicker player with the ball in his hands.
There's 1:40 left in the first quarter of the game. Outside for Curry. His three-pointers off the mark. The Kings have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Now here's Herter. Guarded by Green. Herter passes to Murray. 6 to shoot. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That one on Thompson.
Well, what a summer for Keegan Murray. The 4th overall pick in the Preston Summer League looks to be just the type of player the Kings needed. And hard not to get excited about Keegan Murray's potential. He can shoot the ball. He rebounds it. If this guy continues to grow his game, he could end up being a high-level impact player.
Sacramento making a switch here. Nadu, he's checked in for Sabonis. Trey Lyles comes in for Harrison Barnes. Malik Monk, he's checked in for Kevin Herter. And it's Mitchell in for Fox. For 3, Mitchell. Sacramento gets it back. Lyles kicks to Monk. Murray outside. And it's Murray with the jam.
Oh, powering that one down. Murray saw a chance to go for it and took it.
Passes it to Thompson. Curry looking around. Outside, Green. At the top of the key, Thompson takes a 3. Goes back up. And Green with the lay-in.
This is the energy that Green provides. Just flat out refuses to give up on any play.
Sacramento leading by 3. Here's Mitchell. Takes it off the glass.
Going hard to the rack, making a statement here early on.
Yeah, it's nice to see him be assertive instead of settling for a jump shot, especially in the first quarter.
And Curry has it in the corner. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
A three-point specialist can't let Curry get any space to fire from the corner. That's a recipe for disaster.
And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. The Kings on top, leading by just 2. And don't go away. We'll be back momentarily.
Nation, time to make some noise and welcome out.
And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And when you consider how the Kings are doing, guys, what are your thoughts?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
And let me tell you, when you establish a physical edge, it gives you a mental edge too.
On the court for the Kings as the second quarter gets underway. Big man on the floor for them, Barnes and Sabonis. De'Aaron Fox out there with Malik Monk. And it's Davis at the small forward position for the Sacramento Kings. Their last game, a loss to Los Angeles.
Yeah, for that loss, you can credit their defense or lack thereof. Too many breakdowns on that end of the floor.
Some of it was solid shooting from their opponent, but they didn't have any teeth with their defense. Need to be more active than they were.
You know, Richard, this is hard to believe, but the Kings haven't made the playoffs since 2006, which is the longest streak right now in the NBA.
And I remember them being one game away from playing us in the NBA Finals. So this has been surprising for everyone. Look, Sacramento, they have to prioritize winning because it just has not been working out. And their fans are amazing. They love some playoff basketball. Get those guys some playoff basketball.
Pass to Barnes. Now, here's Monk. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Fox, no good.
And he's usually able to score on that type of defense rather easily. Surprising to see him come away empty.
Curry outside. It's hauled in by the Kings. This game against Golden State is the first time they've met this season.
Yeah, two conference rivals. I mean, they'll play each other a total of 4 times this season.
Yeah, you know, each team wants to take it to the other. I'm sure we will see a lot of toying around with lineups and see what types of matchups work best.
Throws it up high.
Just an unselfish play from Curry, always ready to move the ball and his body to help an open shooter.
Second quarter play with around 2 minutes gone so far. So the Kings call timeout. They're first. You know, Richard, had to be extra special for Steph Curry to set the three-point record in New York.
Yeah, doing it in the Mecca sold-out arena. The previous 2 record holders there, December 15th, 2021, a great day in the career of Steph Curry, the history of the NBA.
And the Kings will go for a different look here. That's who's checked in for Sabonis. Trey Lyles comes in for Harrison Barnes. Kevin Huerter, he's checked in for Malik Monk. And Davion Mitchell subbed in for Fox. Mitchell goes up on the block, and Lyles finishes inside. Lyles got his first basket. 41 seconds left in the first half. Curry against Mitchell.
Hey guys, I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is to get the 2 points, not necessarily the dramatics.
Oh, come on. He had to go for that, didn't he? My goodness. Medu passes to Mitchell. Lyles with it to the inside. And that one's good by Davis.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Inside, trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Mitchell wide open. Drops in the tray off the fast break. Mitchell's got 5.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
I've been on the edge of my seat for like, man, this has been a barn burner.
And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Kings lead by 3. A chance now to send it up.
For your Warriors,
Thanks, Kevin. Alongside Steve Kerr and Coach, what is the offensive approach going to be in the...
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K Sports. A pretty close game for the Kings throughout the first quarter. They led by 2 after the first. They were slightly better in the second. Not a big difference between these 2 teams. Taking a look at the Kings, Kenny, what do you think?
I have to applaud their offensive consistency. They're not wasting possession.
And that's going to do.
Fans, give it up for your Warriors.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. You spent 2 seasons, Richard, with LeBron James in Cleveland. What was it like to play with LeBron?
Well, I like to think that LeBron was playing with me the entire time. That's the way I viewed it, but it was amazing.
I should have reworded that. I'm sorry. My mistake.
Thank you. I think LeBron James was outstanding to play with just from a camaraderie standpoint, and he always wanted to make the right pass, which, you know, for pundits, they complain about it, but for a teammate, you love it. You love playing with a guy that tries to play the right way night in and night out.
His understanding of the game must be off the charts, correct?
It is so ridiculous the way that he just sees the game before it's happening. He is easily one of the smartest players that I have ever been around.
So with Wiggins sitting on the bench, here's the group that Steve Kerr has on the floor. They've got Curry, Kuminga out there with Looney, and there's Klay Thompson. It's good from long range. 12 points for him.
The team-first mentality of Thompson. When someone on his squad is open, he finds them.
I admire Thompson's toughness. Gets it from his dad and from his mom.
Yeah, his mom played volleyball in college. His dad was the first overall pick in 1978. Played in the league for 13 seasons. You know what that's called? Good genetics.
He's defended by Herter. 1:39 left in the third quarter. Looney with it. Guarded now by Barnes. Clock at 6. Golden State moving it around. Puts one up from 19. Barnes grabs the miss. And Barnes has got the ball here for Sacramento. The lead is 2.
Even though Fox is just 6'3", he's got some hop, showing them off a little bit on that play.
He's covered by Murray. Here's Kuminga. And he drops it in from the low post.
Just a late reaction there from the defense, and he is always going to finish that one.
Timeout called by the Kings.
Timeout. Fans, give it up for your Warriors.
To Michael Green, he's checked in for Kuminga. And the Kings will go for a different look here. Matthews checked in for Sabonis. Io comes in for Murray. Monk's checked in for Harrison Barnes. And it's Mitchell in for Kevin Herter. Fox kicks to Monk. 51 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Over Thompson. And Looney sends it back. By Mitchell. And Curry has it in the corner. The dish to Thompson. For the lead. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Curry's got 3 assists in And Sacramento has possession. Next up on the schedule, the Grizzlies. That'll be a home game. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home. Fox. And once again off the mark by Sacramento. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
This man sees everything on the court. Curry just dropping dimes out there.
The Warriors have made their only other free throw attempt today. And an earlier trip to the line.
Number 2, shooting 1.
11 seconds left to play here in the third. And they go to the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Outside, Fox. Makes no mistake on the open jump shot. Fox has got 4 points now in the quarter.
The mid-range jumper is a valuable weapon for Fox because defenses don't always expect it.
We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. Warriors ahead, up 2. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the fourth quarter of action when we return. Now let's listen in to head coach Steve Kerr.
Keep everything sharp. Keep the cuts hard.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. And a look at the 5 for the Kings to start the fourth. The backcourt pair will be Fox with Herter. Harris and Sabonis hold down the post positions for him. And it's Barnes at the small forward.
cutting into that deficit now, well within striking distance.
A stop or two in the next minute or so, and they could even this game up. Great job to keep battling.
And that was another look at the fantastic Mobile One drive that happened a moment ago.
And that's the kind of bucket they needed. Close game in the second half. Great finish on that one.
The Kings shooting at 50% in a decent groove. Herter passes to Murray. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. And the Kings lead by 2.
Almost impossible to guard Murray inside in college. We'll see if that translates to the NBA.
Now a timeout called by Golden State.
Every timeout a chance to review the lineups, matchups, or call a play.
I'm sure all of the above is in order, and you can never be too content.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey guys, I was able to catch the message Steve Kerr gave to his team. He got on his guys about allowing too many paint points. He said, hey, we've got to be scrappier. We've got to be quicker to help, quicker to collapse the lane. You guys know what to do. Now you got to give me the effort. I want to see some nasty. Kevin?
All right, David, thanks. 60 seconds off the clock here in the fourth. Here's Fox. Wiggins with the block.
His length gives Wiggins an advantage on the D. He can get his hand to shots that a lot of other players would not be able to impact.
And it's Wiggins with the jam.
Verticality gives Wiggins the upper hand, almost unstoppable once he's midair.
The Kings trailing. First minute and a half of basketball played here in the fourth quarter. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Yeah, easy call.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Warriors.
High pressure moment here for the Aaron Fox. No need to rush, just focus on the hoop.
Warriors have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. He's defended by Herter. Five on the clock. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's going to go on Sabonis.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Number 2.
So he gets them both, and it's a 3-point game.
Tremendous job at the line, as usual. You can always bank on him in those situations.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento. They're behind by 3. 1:12 left in the fourth quarter. And now, let's present our New Balance Player of the Game.
Yeah, more than half of their scoring has been through him. It hadn't been selfish either. That's the way they mapped this thing out. And they knew what a tough matchup he'd be for their D, so they just decided to ride it.
Here's Fox. Over Curry. Sacramento again missing.
And the defense was right on him there. Nice contest.
Thompson outside. He's defended by Herter. Shot clock at 6. The pass to Curry. Shoots over Fox. High post try. It's in!
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and coach knows it.
When it ain't broke, leave it alone until someone stops him. Just let him roll.
And here's Fox. He'll bring it up for Sacramento.
Golden State foul. Second personal foul.
So the first one drops, and that shrinks the margin to just 4.
And Fox doesn't wilt under pressure. He steps to the plate and accepts it.
And that would have been a killer if he missed one of those, but he was rock solid. That trims the lead now to a one-possession game.
He's defended by Herter. Back to Curry. Launches it. Offensive rebound. Difference between shot clock and game clock. And he commits the intentional foul.
Second personal foul. Second team foul. At the line.
First free throw is good, and that gives them a 4-point cushion.
Taking 2.
Second one is good. Getting both at the line. It's a 5-point game.
Calm pretty cool, and his free throw put a bow on this one. Nice way to finish the game.
Timeout called by the Kings. They trail by 5. We've got 13 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. What do you think, guys?
Trying to stay alive, they've got to work quickly.
Yeah, no time to waste. They basically have to execute things perfectly from here on out.
And here's Barnes for 3. Kept alive by Sacramento, and that's out of bounds. Sacramento will retain possession. And we got to take a second look to admire that outstanding block.
And this is how you protect and grow a lead, by making a huge effort on that end of the floor.
Goes up again with the putback and staying with the play.
Oh, how about the finesse there? Nice little gentle touch on the board.
And you know, when you have that gentle touch, those tip-ins are easy to come by. So it's a narrow victory for the Warriors, pulling out the W. That was a fun night of basketball. Fabulous finish as they continue to wait out until the very last moment to seal it.
And there are so many times when you see these tight games won at home, that advantage of having that crowd behind you.
David, thank you as always. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.